guys, so today we are going to talk about the film Strange Darling, which was released about maybe a week ago. Now, I went into this film without any prior knowledge, just like I did with Alien Romulus, though this time I generally had not a clue what this was, what I was getting into, apart from a brief synopsis that I had read online. And wow, this was a film that not a lot of people are talking about. And I looked around the theater, and there's like 3 people in the theater. I was just like, more people need to watch this movie. And like, I couldn't believe that this was such a good movie that was not being promoted enough. It wasn't being talked about enough. And just the level of attention and care that they put into this movie, it absolutely needs to be acknowledged and recognized, because the way that they tell this story was so unique and almost akin to, let's say, Memento, because it's non-linear. And so in going that route, they did a great twist that totally delivers.
Like, I was sitting in my seat and I was just like, did that just happen?
And on top of that, they also were able to divert expectations, because this film follows the routine of a chase of a person chasing another person and, inevitably catching up to them in the end. Bruh.
Our lead in this movie, Willa Fitzgerald, somebody give her flowers. Somebody just offer her every role from now on, because she was so damn good. Like, incredibly believable in the role that she was playing, and just how she's able to switch up on a dime.
I was in so much awe of her, just how she captivated the screen, from her screams to her just really unnerving personality on camera, and even just the elements that were required of her. She nailed all of them. Just so damn good. Her counterpart, Kyle Gallner, he too did a great job. And I hadn't seen him in a movie for a while. I think the last movie I saw him in, which, was a long time for me to have seen him, was the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. I thought he was one of those actors that definitely stood out a lot for me from that movie. Along with Rooney Mara, of course. But I was very impressed with how he carried his own character. But the thing that really, really spoke to me the most out of anything in this movie was the cinematography.
Chef's kiss. Bon appetit. It's time to eat. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
I think that what blew my mind even more is when I saw who did it, because I was just like, who did this? Like, is this an unknown? Is this a new person? Like, who really put in this effort? And it was Giovanni Ribisi, who, is an actor that I've seen in several movies. He's always just kind of like a supporting character, and he's always either a catalyst for the main character to just kind of go about their journey. He's always there. And so to see him as the cinematographer, I was like, why are we not letting this man cook even more? Another part of the story that really worked is the fact that it's a very small budget on this film. And it's very noticeable, but it does not take away from the ability to tell the story. And that's one of the things that, you don't have a big budget, you want to tell a story, you can always still do that just by having very big ambitions for how you want to tell this story. And for sure, that is absolutely what they did. You can tell that the cast and the crew and even the set designers and everybody really had a lot of fun working on this project. Wow, that's a really loud plane. I'm so sorry about that, guys. And yeah, I think that this is a film that not a lot of us are talking about, and really should, because it really, really is probably in my top 2 now. Like, top 2 of the summer. And I know some people will probably include, Deadpool, Wolverine as their top 2. That's totally fine. That is up to you. That's your prerogative. You're absolutely allowed to do that. Sure, guys, if you haven't seen this movie, do yourself a favor and actually go watch it, because I really don't want to spend too much time talking about it, because I think that if I did, it'll absolutely spoil it for you. But yeah, I just needed to tell you guys and put you onto this movie because I loved it, and I hope that there's some way for me to own it in a physical media form or even a digital media. It doesn't matter. It absolutely needs to be respected. It absolutely needs to be admired, and the work that they've done to tell this story, it deserves its flowers, it really does.
It was so damn good from the beginning to the end. Not a single complaint about any of it. My God, maybe a small complaint. There are certain lines of dialogue that I would say were kind of cringy, really fucking cringy. I was just like, you don't want to do another take? You're good with that? If you're good with it, you're good with it,
Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys kind of enjoyed the new cuts with me in it, so you guys can kind of get an idea of how I really feel about movies. I think that when I talk about stuff behind the camera, you guys can kind of get an idea a lot better based off of my expressions, just because, I feel like that was something missing in these reviews, and I feel like it's important, and, yeah, because I generally do enjoy these movies. But, yeah, that is going to do it for me today. And this is Blitz saying peace.